Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Where's that other... Hello. Welcome to, the Overcast with, Greycloud, episode 1. That's me. That's what's in frame. My absolute chongus water bottle. Just going to try this out. You know, when I was a kid, right after my sister was born, so it was 1999. My parents got a little camcorder, like a tape video camera, and set it up in front of my sister. Which, like, what the fuck's she supposed to do, right? She's literally just a bag of skin. She was just born. She's nothing. But my parents like put her down in a little fucking carrier thing and set up a camera and just started like filming her. And she's just laying there, and I like slowly peeked into frame and just sat in front of the camera, right? No more baby sister. And I was like, "Hi." Like, I saw a big truck today. It was really cool. It was driving down the street and I saw it had big wheels. And I wonder where they make the wheels. You know, I bet you if you're at a factory where you make big wheels, you see big wheels all the time. And I just like completely overshadowed all of my sister's existence. So, that's kind of why I'm here now, going live to just talk about like nothing important at all. So yeah, I just had to piss and shit and get my water ready, and now I'm here. So let's see what topic is first on the docket today. Dreams. Dreams are weird. I've been dreaming a lot lately, and I've been writing them down. Actually, let's just gonna go into the notes on my phone and see what the latest dreams I can remember, the last dreams I wrote down, were. I just have this written down. This is June 7th, so this is a week ago. Calculating area of field. Sisters deal with death. Writing assignments in school, but not enough paper. Here's another one, June 2nd. Had to repeat grade 5 or 6. Back at elementary with old classmates. General feeling of academic and social shame. I wonder where that comes from. I mean, I can't relate at all. Here's the day before. Weird version of my job. Stealing a moped. So anyway, I have May 31st. Falling through my friend's garage to an enormous closed-off quarry with elephants climbing the walls/shelves to get back through a small hole. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, so that's my dreams. So dreams are weird. Dreams are very strange. I watched a podcast a while ago that talked about, it was the Jim Jeffries podcast on YouTube, and they talked about the meaning of dreams. What do dreams really mean? And this expert said that dreams, emotionally speaking, dreams show you like emotionally, they show you things that you're trying to work through in your life. So if you're feeling a lot of anxiety, you're going to have an anxious dream, and your anxious dream will relate with like whatever you feel anxiety about. So that's basically like the meaning of dreams. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. But I have a specific dream to recount today, and it's one that I had when I was in elementary school, and it was like it stuck with me. It has stayed with me forever. And I think a really good lesson on how dreams work. So I remember this is in grade, oh geez. Well, at my elementary school, they split up the playgrounds. There was we called them the little kid side and the big kid side. So the little kid side was grades 1 to 4. Maybe it was kindergarten to 4. I can't quite remember, but I think it was grades 1 to 4. And then there was the big kid side, which was grades 5 to 8. And this dream was on the big kid side, so I was at least in grade 5. So I can't remember if it was, and I was still going to school with a girl who's in the dream, and she was a year ahead of me. So between grades 5 and 7, right? That's the range that we're working with here. So between grades 5 and 7, I had this dream that I was on my playground. Now, this isn't a picture of my playground. This is just a picture of a playground. But, same idea. So, obviously, if I'm having a dream about a playground, I'm in elementary school. It's going to be on a playground, right? And it wasn't just any playground, though. Because for some reason, this playground had an alien obelisk on it. It had an alien obelisk as if I was from the game Dead Space. I think I was actually playing Dead Space at the time, so that's probably why I dreamt that it was the Dead Space obelisk. But in my dream, I was flirting with this girl who was 1 grade ahead of me, and we were, kind of getting into it, and we ended up kissing against or on the alien obelisk. And obviously, I had a big crush on this girl, so I dreamt that we were making out on the playground. I was also playing Dead Space, so I dreamt that there was a fucking marker on my playground. And this just made me think of the what if we kissed meme. So this was my life, right? This is how I felt. But the strangest thing is that I woke up the next morning and I thought to myself, now, I know the alien obelisk part is probably not true, but it felt really convincing. It really did feel like this happened. Sometimes you have a dream and you can't remember if it's a memory or a dream. That's how this felt. It really, really felt like I had actually kissed this girl on the playground against an alien obelisk from Dead Space. So, I just remember feeling weird for a week, maybe even more, because I could not decide if it had happened or not. Obviously, it didn't happen, and looking back at it, I can't believe that I actually was well, maybe there was an alien obelisk. It just felt so convincing. Maybe that alien obelisk really, really was there. So that's basically the dream story that I had to recount. And I have now, my dreams are so abstract, and I'm pretty good with critical thinking, so I can kind of tell what has happened and what hasn't. Or maybe that's just when you're going through puberty and wires are crossing, maybe it's harder for your brain to tell where certain like memories come from. If you remember a dream, it is a memory, but it's not a memory from real experience. So maybe that's the difference. Is like your brain eventually gets better at figuring out, okay, that didn't actually happen, so we're good. We know that that's not real. But so now I don't think I have dreams anymore where I really get confused if it happened or not. But I still think if like I still have dreams that feel convincing, and even if it isn't a dream, memories feel really convincing. And that's the thing, is that feelings are really convincing. And that actually brings us to our next topic, which is the power of emotion. The role of feelings in the mind and in consciousness has become like clearer and clearer to me as I go through education and as I live my life and I learn from experiences and I see the world and all that fun shit. To the point now where I really think that like our minds make decisions in the background, motivated by emotion, right? The back of our brain actually calls the shots, and then the front of our brain makes up reasons to convince ourselves that we came to that decision logically. Now I actually want to interject a little bit and say that I actually have a bit of a bone to pick with the term emotion versus the term feeling. I actually prefer the term feeling because emotion, like going back to this, right? That these are emojis, right? These are emojis on the meme that I made here. And emojis are short for, emotion G's. But the point I'm trying to make here with emojis is that the term emotion actually refers to an outward expression of feeling. So if I feel on the inside angry, I'll make an angry face. If I feel sad on the inside, I make a sad face. This is, once you start thinking about it, obvious to anyone. There have definitely been times in your life where you felt one way on the inside, but you emoted differently. You were devastated on the inside, but you're smiling and whatever and going on with the conversation. And so that's where, like, let's say you're really sad on the inside, but you're trying to play it off. So you're smiling on the outside. Your emotion is happy. Your feeling is sad. So that's where feelings and emotions are separate. So when I talk about the power of emotion, I actually mean the power of feeling. If I was using my own vocabulary, I would say the power of feeling. But I often use the term emotion just because, everyone uses the term emotion when they're talking. So, it's easier sometimes just to use the word that everyone else uses so that they understand what you're trying to say. But my alien obelisk dream experience really reiterates the power of feeling, and that translates into everyday life. That translates into decisions you make at your job, at school, in life, whether you like someone or not. Here's a good example. Someone asks someone to hang out. Hey man, you want to catch a movie this weekend? And they say, man, I'm busy. Shit, man, I can't. Now, if this was someone's best friend that they hadn't seen in a while, and they said, hey man, I'm in town. You wanna go catch a movie? You wanna go see Morbius, right? They'd say, fuck, I don't care what plans I have. Absolutely, we're going to see that movie, right? So the busy part might not be true. It might actually be that someone says, hey man, you want to go catch a movie? And the real reason they don't want to catch a movie is they do not like this person at all. They just don't want to hang out with that person even a little bit. But they don't say, hey man, I don't want to spend time with you. Sorry, dude, I'm just not interested even a little bit in being around you. So, yeah. You know, often people will say, oh, I'm busy. I'm actually not feeling really well. I've got some homework to do. You might be doing that fucking homework. You're not doing that fucking homework. But it's something that you can say to get out of it. And this is kind of also how your brain works with you. Is like the two different friends, you know? Sometimes you make a decision, and when you think about it, when you actually like look into your mind and when you try to think like, why did I make that decision? Why did I do that? Certain reasons will come up. Well, you were whatever, this, that. And very often those actually aren't the reasons you made a decision. It's actually because you felt a certain way and that was it. Your feelings made that decision for you right off the bat. And then from that, you made up reasons, right? There's a diagram for this. I can't remember where it is. I don't know. I'm not going to look for it now, but maybe I'll post it on my Twitter or something at Greycloud YT on Twitter. Feelings are weird. And you know what else is weird is drugs. Now, I have another story to tell. However, the story I'm about to tell is all in a video game. It's all made up. I've never ever done drugs. I don't even know what drugs are, right? In real life. But I do know what video game drugs are. And I have, my video game characters have done drugs. So in a video game, I have a story of a very interesting experience to tell. This interesting experience starts at my then girlfriend's apartment. Now, at my then girlfriend's apartment at that time, in a video game, my video game girlfriend, I had procured some magic mushrooms, some shrooms, as it were. And I thought, you know what? My girlfriend and I, in a video game, are going to do some mushrooms on this eve. So, grind them up, get them ready. The way that I would do this in a video game is like grind them up into a powder to increase surface area so that more psilocybin is released in that initial time frame in a video game. And then put it in a glass of water and mix it. It's just this disgusting paste, right? And you just shoot it and drink water to flush it down in a video game. So I get this all ready, right? My character in the game takes this concoction, and my girlfriend looks at me like, so my video game character has just consumed psychedelic substance, and then my girlfriend at the time goes, actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to bed. Good night, and just leaves. So I'm like, fucking thanks a lot in a video game. Thanks fucking a lot. Why didn't you say 2 seconds earlier? Say, actually, hold off. Let's do this another time, you know? Because there was no one else there, right? It was just my girlfriend, my then girlfriend and I at her place. So I take my video game character takes these mushrooms, and she says, "I'm going to bed," and leaves. And just fucking goes to bed. So I like sit out there for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, playing video games. I can't remember what I was doing really, honestly. Watching YouTube, something. Just trying to fucking mellow out, right? And then in the video game that I was playing, I start to feel silly, right? And all of a sudden, everything has a nice crisp edge to it, and the colors are nice, and everything has a texture that moves, and it's really colorful, and it's all right. So I could tell, I know what's going on, but I'm alone. My girlfriend's fucking sleeping already, sawing lumber. Fuck, I don't know what to do. So I kind of get scared because like I'm all alone. And you know, when you do mushrooms in video games, you can often get like kind of paranoid and kind of scared. There's this notion of like a trip sitter. So I thought, you know what the best thing to do would be is to take sleeping pills. And not just sleeping pills, but this certain pill called Zopiclone, which is similar to Ambien. Ambien, I think the brand name is Zolpidem, or maybe the brand name is Ambien and the chemical name is Zolpidem. I don't know. But Ambien, Zolpidem, whatever. It's like that, but it's called Zopiclone. Zopiclone, I think. And this is a hypnotic sedative, a hypnotic sleeping pill. I don't know how to describe the feeling of Zopiclone, other than like, imagine if you could get like trippy drunk. I honestly can't explain what it feels like in a video game to be on Zopiclone. You just get like really fucking goofy and weird, and you think things that you don't understand. One time in a video game, I recorded myself, like I was trying to record a video to my future self about something. Like I had an idea while I was on Zopiclone, and I watched it back, and I can barely make out a word that I'm saying. I remember thinking that I was saying something really profound, but I was just like, the shapes, there's shapes, and they're moving the shapes. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, wacky stuff on its own, right? But this eve, I decided in a video game to not just, consume that Zopiclone, but also the mushrooms. The mushrooms have been consumed. And I thought, well, it's time for, the best thing to do is to just knock myself out with hypnotic sedatives. Such a, like, probably the best idea I've ever had in my life, to be honest. So, I, in a video game, have consumed these substances. Now, I go into my girlfriend's bedroom, our bedroom. I didn't live there, but we slept together. So, in her room, she had curtains like this. I think it's pretty, these are like pretty recognizable curtains. But the most important part is that they have these, like rings on them. I don't know what to call them. The fucking, whatever. The holes. The ring holes. And now in a video game, I'm in my video game girlfriend's bedroom, and these rings, now, you know, in the darkness, especially when you're trying to sleep, right, you get a little weird. Maybe you're also under the influence of hypnotic sleeping pills in a video game and also on magic mushrooms. Things can look weird, right? In the dark, things look a little strange. And when I looked at this curtain with the little fucking holes, what I saw was this: Plague Doctor masks. Or something like a Plague Doctor mask. What I actually remember thinking they were are like giant crow people, right? If I, like, the eyes or the whatever, and they were like looking down at me. All right. And I mean, I'm sure you can see the similarities there. Now, when you add up all the cumulative effects in my brain, this is what I saw. Okay? But with the fucking Plague Doctor masks. It was like a council of evil crow people just fucking looking down at me. And I remember at the time, I was conversing, half awake, half tripping balls. I was conversing with these creatures, and I thought to myself, or at one point, I looked up to them like this, like I put my hand out. Hold on. I put my hand out, and I go, "What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want?" And my girlfriend reaches over and wakes me up and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I remember it was such a strange feeling, because I was like in this dream world looking up, right, at these horrible fucking monsters, and I'm pulled out of it, and all of a sudden she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" "I'm trying to sleep." "What are you doing?" And I remember I just look over at her like I couldn't like form a sentence. I did not know how to react. I remember like feeling or seeing like a net. There was like a net coming down from the ceiling, and it was gonna trap me. So I just like fucking got up out of bed and just stumbled out of the room and sat in her living room. And I think I grabbed like a whole bag of oranges, and I ate like fucking, in a video game, I ate like 10 oranges and just sat there until morning. And so that was my interesting experience. It was interesting, and it was an experience. Part of me thinks like, wow, I never ever want to do that again, because that was horrible. But I actually think I would 100% do it again, because it was fucking awesome. It was like, I was terrified. Like, don't get me wrong, my stomach hurt, my brain felt like it was fucking in a video game. It felt like it was cotton candy. And I had no idea where I was, what was happening, but it was fucking cool. And it was very impactful experience to have. And I will definitely never forget it. So that was my interesting experience. Yeah, I really know how to follow that story up, but yeah, it was really interesting. Total bitch move on my ex's part to just be like, "Yeah, I'm going to bed. Goodbye." You know, like, fuck you. What the hell? And I mean, she was a horrible person otherwise. I was also probably a pretty horrible person, so it worked, you know. I don't necessarily feel wrong do. But yeah, so in a video game, if you ever do psychedelics and also take hypnotic sedatives at the same time in a video game, watch out for crow people. Watch out for crazy fucking evil, the Council of Evil Crow people trying to throw a net down on you and capture you. So that's, I think, what we've learned here today. And on that note, let's see what is next on the docket. Life is offensive. This topic has kind of come up because I actually just filmed a video earlier today, sort of dealing with this. I actually don't know if I mentioned this idea specifically in the video, but I'm definitely going to go back and add it in, make sure that it's in there, because I think some people have lost sight of, I mean, privilege in the world, right? Pardon my Western centrism, and talking about privilege as an issue and as a whatever, because I'm lucky enough to be in that part of the world where many people are privileged. Many people have enough money and enough help from mom and dad and functioning governments that, they don't really have to be scared about anything, right? Like, life is taken care of. I mean, I live in Canada where if something bad happens to you, an ambulance will come grab you, take you to the hospital, fix you, put you back on the street, no charge, right? Whatever. Something bad happens to you, that's not your fault. The country pays for it. You can go on living, making them money and, creating value in their economy and buying their shit. So it's a trade-off, but yeah, I live in a place where there's lots of privilege, and it feels weird to say, like, oh, privilege is such an issue in the world, because I think there are a lot of places where people are still 100% struggling to, like, stay alive day to day, and those people are not privileged at all. And in fact, it is the privileged people who are, because the privileged people's lives are so good that their lives are so bad, But where you do have privileged people, privilege, like, fucking makes the mind just goofy. Like, it makes people's brains turn to absolute garbage. Like, fucking people going to Starbucks and, like, absolutely causing a scene because they didn't get enough foam on their fucking stupid $9 coffee or whatever. I remember seeing a interview with a veteran, right? And he was pretty young, and he said, when you go out to war and you see people kill and get killed, and you see, like, heavy shit, you see fucking kids with just dirt all over them, with, like, tattered clothes, looking for their mom who was just blown up by a fucking bomb. It's really hard to come back to, like, the privileged world and see people flip shit about their Starbucks order, because you're like, that doesn't fucking matter even a little bit. Like, the stakes are so low when it comes to that. And so, in this context, it was a veteran saying that, shit, seeing violent stuff really fucking makes, really puts things into perspective. It really helps you understand what things are serious and what things are really, really not serious. And privilege makes people feel as if non-important things are really, 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 really fucking important, you know? And I think this is because, like, you know, we've evolved to be struggling with survival every day, right? Like, our brains, our bodies really have not changed that much in 70,000 years. And if you go back 70,000 years, it's you wake up every day making sure there's no fucking giant animals trying to eat your babies in the area, and you have to fucking worry about getting food. You're not eating every day. You have to fucking run and collect and be anxious, and you got a fucking baby to worry about, and you know, you get a sliver and you die because there's no disinfectants. Life was really, really fucking stressful. And I think we built to have like this baseline of stress. And I think when you have privilege, that stress like goes away, like it drops. So our brain makes up stress to put us back at that level that we're used to. So it's like we're just looking for the thing that we're supposed to be struggling against to survive. We know we need to be doing an activity to make sure that we stay alive. And so when those like usual things to be active against aren't there, we just fucking make it up, you know? When there's no, you know, other tribe to go to war against or to do business with, or when there's no fucking saber-toothed tiger that's gonna come get your kid, you flip shit at the fucking Starbucks barista for not putting enough foam in your goddamn coffee. And I think part of privilege and part of this idea is that we tend to think that life is supposed to be easy. When we have privilege, we think like if bad things happen, something's gone wrong. Like something must not be right and someone has to be held accountable for something going wrong. And I don't think that's true. The thing is, life is offensive. Life is fucking hard. Life is ugly. People die. And it's no one's fault other than they got old or sick or an accident happened, and it could have been their fucking fault. That accident could have been their fucking fault. And it doesn't mean they hate them. But life is just shitty sometimes. And when it's shitty, it doesn't mean that something went wrong or that someone should be held accountable. It's because life is hard. Life is offensive. Life is ugly. And I could tie this into the video that I filmed. Should be uploaded. What day is it today? It'll be uploaded this week at some point. I've been watching so many episodes of Hot Ones in the last like 3 or 4 days. My girlfriend and I ordered Boston pizza. I ordered hot wings because I was watching so much Hot Ones. I was like, I need to also eat hot wings and watch Hot Ones and do the thing. And I did, and it was good. They weren't very spicy. Now I feel like I you know, my family never cooked with spice when I was a kid, so I thought that I would have like the absolute lowest. Like I'd have British people tolerance for spice, which is like ketchup is too spicy. But I actually really like spice, and I ordered the hot wings. Like there was like medium, mild, medium, hot. I ordered the hot wings. It was not enough. So I'm like, yo, dude, I'm so fucking cool. The hot wings from Boston Pizza aren't even hot enough, dude. But I'm sure if I ordered actual spice from like parts of the world where people eat spice, I would turn inside out. But anyway, Hot Ones. I was watching Ricky Gervais's Hot Ones interview, and he said, you know, as a society, and again, this is probably specifically privileged society, we've gone from thinking that everything is a mental illness to thinking that nothing is a mental illness. Like, it used to be that if you were gay, that like you're fucking sick in the head and we're going to put you in jail or like an insane asylum, which is basically jail. And you should be cured or you should be persecuted, because you're sick. And obviously some people still feel this way, which is very unfortunate. But again, I think in most privileged places, most people understand now that like being gay is just a thing that happens. It's just part of being human, It's just the way that humans are. Like being straight happens. It's like, it's just a gender diversity thing. Same with being trans. I mean, it's Pride Month. What the fuck am I supposed to say, Not that I would say things just to pander for Pride Month, but, we definitely don't think that being gay, most, logical people, don't think that being gay is a sickness anymore. But I also think that some things that we should try to overcome are seen as a condition, and then we go, good. So that's just whatever. I shouldn't be expected to do anything about it then. And that's oversteering. That's kind of going a bit too far. Now, I don't mean gay or trans or whatever. Okay. That's not the part. I don't think that being gay or trans or any of the LGBTQ2A, 2SA plus, any of that. I don't think any of that is a sickness. But like people obsessed with getting plastic surgery, right? Like women getting Brazilian butt lifts and Botox and whatever. We just say, that's a choice. That's their choice. You can't say anything. How dare you say that that's whatever, because it's their body and they can do what they want. Well, yeah, but shouldn't we encourage people to like find their own beauty? I mean, you have like the body positivity movement, which is like, yeah, you're not ugly if you have stretch marks or what's that shit called? Fuck. I can't remember, but like if your skin isn't smooth, I can't remember what is that called? I'll think about it when I'm not thinking about it. But like if you have stretch marks, if you have that, if you have pock marks, I don't have a very fucking clear complexion, but that's what people look like. That's just what human beings look like. And you're not ugly because you look like a human being. You look like a human being. That's it, right? And, I do think, yeah, I mean, legally speaking, if someone wants to get cosmetic surgery to look a certain way, whatever, I think that they should be able to do what they want. But I think sometimes these people like would be far better off learning to accept the way they look as they are, rather than spending a lot of money and doing a lot of dangerous stuff to their body to fit into a certain mold that might have been put on them by outside pressures, by societal expectations or whatever. And, I can personally tie this back to, like, I have ADHD and autism. I have depression. I have social anxiety. I have asthma. I have anaphylaxis, so like life-threatening allergies to nuts and mangoes, which developed when I was 18. The mango part, that was super cool. So I definitely, I'm not unfamiliar. I'm not just like Mr. Lucky Pants walking around with nothing wrong going, fucking get over it and be disciplined, right? No, I very much struggle with a lot of things. And the ADHD part definitely makes me struggle with discipline, and with, like focusing on school and learning new things, or, my autism is, I think, one of the big reasons why I developed social anxiety, because I I would do something in public or in a social setting, and someone would go, "Why the fuck would you do that?" And I'd go, "I don't know." And I just developed this thought that, like, I must just not understand anything. Like, every time I go to interact socially, anytime I do anything social, I do something wrong. So, I mean, fuck, if every time you went to your job, you did something wrong, you'd probably have anxiety about your job. And that probably describes a lot of people's jobs. But think about it then, if that's your job. You hate your job, don't you? If every day you go in, you do something wrong, and you have no idea why that's wrong, you probably wouldn't be very fucking happy waking up in the morning every day and going to that job. So, I've developed social anxiety because of that. And it was really hard on me, and it is still really hard on me, but I've been working with a psychiatrist for years now that I really appreciate. And his advice is, the answer to social anxiety, like the cure to social anxiety, is to go out and be social. It's exposure therapy. It's the same as, like, if you have a phobia to spiders, slowly introduce yourself to spiders. Look at pictures of spiders, right? If you see a spider in your house, kind of be around it. Just see that it can't hurt you. Maybe eventually you go to, like, a bug zoo and you let one of those big fucking hairy tarantulas crawl all over your face, right? Same thing goes for social anxiety, right? Hang out with a friend that you haven't hung out with in a while. Just go for it, right? Go to the movies alone. A big thing I've worked on and I've been able to do in the past few years is public speaking. I presented, in the last few years, I presented several times at university conferences. And every time before one of these events, I'm absolutely, like, shitting out of my ears, I'm so fucking scared. And every time I'm just about, like, I'm up to my neck in, like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But then I do it, and as soon as I start doing it, I'm like, this is easy. This is fucking easy. Why was I anxious? And every time I do it, I get a little bit less anxious beforehand. I get a little bit less anxious about it, and my social anxiety gets a little bit less severe. And it's something I have to work on. And it's the same thing with my ADHD. It's really, really, really fucking hard for me to sit down and focus on schoolwork, or on anything mundane that I don't want to do, kind of, especially if I've been told I just have to do it. Like, here, focus on this. Why? Because I told you to. Oh my God, I'll focus on anything else, But I have to try. And I remember in grade 5, I was diagnosed with ADHD, or maybe it was in grade 4, and in grade 5, I started taking medication for it. Either way, when I was in grade 5 or grade 6, it was a grade 5-6 split at my elementary school. My dad said to me, you have two options. You can fail because of the way you are, or, like, you can fail because of your weaknesses, or you can succeed in spite of your weaknesses. And he really encouraged me to do the latter. Like, you're not going to fail because of your ADHD. You're going to succeed in spite of your ADHD. You're going to figure out how to make that either work for you, or you're going to work around it, and you're still going to succeed. You're still going to live a life. And that isn't easy. That takes discipline. I have to be fucking disciplined. And one thing I think that, tying this back to what Ricky Gervais said about, like, it used to be that nothing was a mental illness. It used to be that everything was a mental illness, and now nothing is a mental illness. I think that in a lot of privileged societies, once we find a label for our weakness, we give up trying to work on it. Right? You have ADHD? Sick. Don't ever expect me to focus on anything ever. No. No, 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 no. That's not the fucking way to do it. You still have to really fucking try, right? I have autism. Nice. Well, I'm just gonna say offensive shit to everybody all the time, dude. No. No. You gotta fucking work on it. Discipline. So, I think this ties back to the whole life is offensive thing. Life is not easy. Life is not easy. You are going, every single person in the world has weaknesses that they have to fucking work on. As soon as we have a label, many people, as soon as they have a label for their weakness, they give up on discipline. Oh, I have this? Cool. Cool. That's just me forever now. I've got a name for it? Nice. So that just has to be me all the time. Not even a little bit, dude. Like, not even. So, I think that it helps when you realize, like, life is hard on everybody. It's, like, reality does not have the word fair in its vocabulary. It just doesn't. It has no idea what fucking fair is, right? Like, what am I supposed to think? I'm born with autism, ADHD, severe allergies, asthma, I've got anxiety, I have depression. Where's the fair? Where's the fair? There are lots of people that have worse lives than me, right? There are kids in Africa that have parasites that burrow out of their fucking eyes. They grow in their eyes and burrow out, and then they fucking die of diarrhea. I mean, I say kids in Africa. There are kids in Canada on First Nation reserves that fucking die of the fact that they have, like, mud for drinking water. There was a city in my province that had a suicide epidemic among young people. I'm talking 8-year-olds killing themselves. Like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Show me where those people got fair. Show me the fair in that at all. Doesn't exist. Life is fucking ugly. Life is also, however, beautiful. It's ugly and it's beautiful at the same time. That's actually there's two reasons why I call myself Greycloud. One is because I love the rain more than anything in the world. Sorry to my girlfriend. If I had to choose between marrying you or the rain, let's just say we're not getting married. But the gray part of Greycloud really is that life is not black or white. Life is not good or bad, beautiful or ugly. It's both. It's gray. It's in the middle. It's everything at the same time. And if you can learn to love gray, if you can learn to look at gray and smile rather than frown or be indifferent, you're fucking indestructible. You did it. Like, you are not just surviving. You are, I hate to say you're thriving, because I know that's like some fucking cursive decal on a white woman's wall type shit, but that is thriving instead of just surviving, is looking at gray and smiling, knowing that there's going to be ugly, knowing that there's going to be unfair. And, you know, Ricky Gervais just put out a new comedy special called Supernature. That's also what my video is going to talk about. And a lot of people were very, very offended by it. Which, yeah, okay, they're offended. But they feel as if they meet something offensive in the world, that it should be eliminated, right? That the world owes them containing nothing offensive. And that is not the truth at all. Ricky Gervais actually has told jokes about nut allergies, and I think they're fucking hilarious, and my parents say, that's not funny at all. That's not funny at all. How dare he? He doesn't know what it's like. How dare he fucking make jokes about nut allergies? That's not funny. That's not funny at all. Yes, it is. It's really funny. He told a joke about, like, getting on a plane and he wants to eat his peanuts, but that someone was like, the stewardess or the pilot was like, there's someone on the flight with nut allergies, so you can't eat your nuts. And he's like, so now before flights, I just douse myself in nut oil. And then as soon as they walk on, they just fucking blow up like a frog. I run over. I'm trying to look like I'm helping. I'm touching all over their face. Are you okay? Right? They're just dying. And then they get taken off. And everyone says, oh, Ricky Gervais, he ran up and he tried to save her. What a hero. And then I get to eat my nuts, you know? Now, if you see that and you think, oh, so Ricky Gervais, he really actually wants to kill people with nut allergies. No, it's called a joke. He's saying the thing that you both know is wrong to satirize the wrong thing, to make fun of people who actually feel that way. And then he said, some woman tweeted at him and said, it's not funny to joke about nut allergies. Would you think it's funny if my daughter, I think she like tweeted at him like a picture of her daughter, and she was like, would you think would it be funny if my daughter blew up like a frog? Yes. Yeah, because blow up like a frog is fucking hilarious. It's really funny. Like, if she said, would you want to see my daughter die? No, that's horrible. That's like really sad. Like kids, I mean, anyone dying, but specifically kids dying is tragic. But when you put the words blow up like a frog, that's fucking funny. That is, I'm sorry. That's fucking funny. And then Ricky Gervais also made this joke about like, if I could choose between, if I was making dinner plans and I had to invite either someone with severe nut allergies or Hitler, at least Hitler would be like, oh, I love the sausage. You know what I mean? And the actual target of the joke is that, like, cooking for people with allergies is really fucking hard. I could definitely attest to that. Navigating the world of having allergies, having to read the ingredients of every ingredient in everything you make is a pain in the ass. And at least Hitler doesn't have any dietary restrictions. That's the joke. He doesn't really feel that way. Okay? He's satirizing the wrong thing. And to me, in this specific example, it's funny when I talk to people who don't have nut allergies about this, and they're getting offended that he's making jokes about nut allergies, and they don't have nut allergies, and I am not offended, and I do have nut allergies. And it's because I know he's fucking joking. I know it's a joke. I'm a big boy, and I know that life is hard, but if you dress up life to look silly, at least when it's hard, you can laugh at it. Cool. I think that's better than just being fucking offended at everything all the time. So, get over it. Life is offensive. Fucking, that's it. Just fucking deal with it. So, that's what I have to say about that. Now, to close things off, I thought we could do one more little segment, which is icebreaker questions. Now, my last relationship, my last girlfriend, it was actually weird. We were studying for a class together at a friend's house, and we left his place at the same time. She got in her car, I got in my car. And I get to my place, I get out of my car, and I hear a car door close, and I look across the street from me, and I see her getting out of her car. She lives literally across the street and like into the back alley from me. I was like, oh shit, you know? So that in that relationship, one of the things we did very often is we'd go get some beers and go up on her balcony. And I had this book from like the 70s or 80s, and it definitely dated itself. There were some definitely weird questions, but it was icebreaker questions. And I would flip through until I found one that I thought was interesting, and I would ask her, and the rule is she'd have to answer first, and then I'd answer, and then it'd be her turn to look through, find a question, whatever. And I think it's a good way to... I think it's a really good way to like get to know someone. Not by their interest, right? Like, what albums would you choose? No, I don't want to fucking, what's your desert island band? I don't fucking care. I don't care. I'll find that out eventually, But like, if you get like, would you, for $10 million, would you press a button that kills one random person in the world for $10 million? And that's the way. That's the way to do it, So, I'm going to bring up a list here. I did not plan this ahead of time. Maybe I should have, but I'm going to pull up a list of icebreaker questions, and we're going to have a look at a few, and I'm going to give my answers and my reasoning behind them. So I'm just going to get this shit pulled up here. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to think of the ones that were in the book that my ex and I went through. There were some really fucking good ones. I think she still has that book. I know she has a few books of mine, but it's been like 3 years, and I'm too scared to be like, hey, do you still have my books? So I probably won't ask her. But I kind of want to. Not that I'd be asking anyone else fucking questions, but, Okay, so got some icebreaker questions here, and they're funny. You guys, they're funny, dude. So let's go over some icebreaker questions here. Just give me. Sorry, it's my autism. I just don't want the scroll bar to be there. Okay. What is one article of clothing that someone could wear that would make you walk out on a date with them? Ooh. One article of clothing. An NRA shirt. Oh, Jesus fuck. Yeah. A pro-life shirt. No, I think those are political statements, and I should probably just think of the type of I don't know. I'm pretty open to I mean, if they were like naked in public, I'd probably be like, well, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Article of clothing. You know what? Hold on. I know what I'm gonna do. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to look up articles of clothing. Worst articles of clothing. Worst fashion trends. Does this count? I swear to God, if I scroll by tits and get banned for this, I'm gonna eat my own shit. Okay, when it said trends of every decade. I definitely did not expect it to start with the 1900s. That's a bit, but okay. Yeah, dude, some bitch fucking walks in with a hobble skirt. I'm out, bro. I'm out. The fuck? Okay. White gloves. Yeah, they committed a crime. They walk in with latex gloves, just taking them off and throwing them away. Blood on their neck. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I don't care. Dude, we're having sex in public if I go on a date and someone's wearing this. Are you kidding me? My dick is out immediately. Like, come on. Okay, so this is literally my style. Fish hooks? Fucking fish hooks? Nah, I'd think that's cool. I would think that's cool. Yeah, I would think that's cool. So, RoboCop. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the article. I was like, yeah, I've seen lots of people wear RoboCop armor. Definitely a faux pas of the 80s, am I right? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Popcorn shirts? I don't know. Okay, it's so much skin now. You can definitely tell that we're going for, and that's it. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm going to settle on this. If you wore a bag, hold on. If you actually had a bag this fucking big, I would probably, I'd be like, I think my friend just said he's outside. He has to give me something, and then I would never go back. Cause what the fuck is that? I bet you that thing was like thousands of dollars. I don't know. A single article of clothing that would actually get me to walk out on a date. I don't know. The zombie apocalypse is coming. Who are 3 people you want on your team? 3 agreeable survivalists. What kind of question is that? Like people who say like, oh, I want fucking John Cena, Dwayne the Rock Johnson, and fucking, I don't know, Liver King, right? They're gonna go one day without their supplements and their like cushy lifestyle and kill each other easily. So I don't know. What's your most used emoji? The smile with the fucking the whatever coming. What is that actually called? What is that actually? Fucking Christ. What is that actually called? I don't know what that emoji is called. Hold on. I'm just looking at it off screen. I don't want anything bad to come up. Full emoji list. Grinning face with sweat. Well, this one. That is easily my most used emoji. By far. What is the worst style choice you've ever made? Every day. What was the worst haircut you ever had? I don't think I've ever had, like, in my opinion, a bad haircut. I had hair down to my fucking, like, my hair was so long that if I tilted my head up a little bit, I could tuck like this much into my belt. Like it was all the way down my back and then some. In like grade, I guess the beginning of grade 11. No, the beginning of grade 12. At the beginning of grade 12, my hair was that long, and then oh, no, I know. I had dreads. At one point, I had dreads, and I don't think there are any pictures of me with dreads, and that's good. And there's a reason for that, and it's because I looked like I had tarantula legs. They weren't hard. They were, like, really, really frizzy. They were, like, this big. Like the diameter of, like... No, like, wider than a Sharpie, I guess. Like a highlighter. Like, they were, like... Ooh, that looks spooky. But they were, like, that big and just really fucking frizzy. And... They didn't go down. They, like, went out like this. And also, I just don't think I'm the kind of person that should have dreads. So, I had those for a very short period. And then I got rid of them. And, I think I've had... No, that's not true. I grew my hair out a little bit after that. But I have had a buzz cut for a very, very long time. And I like it because I have no hair. I just don't have to fucking ever worry about it. You know how much I use on shampoo? None. I wash my fucking hair with a face cloth. You know what I mean? I just wet a cloth. Done. My hair's fucking washed. Who is your childhood actor/actress crush? I feel like for dudes, this is a very different question. I feel like if you ask women this question... They have, like, one or two, like, standout people that they... Dudes just, like, anyone attractive. I have a fucking list. But I also didn't really, like, crush on celebrities that much. I honestly cared about video games, and, like, imagining that I was a character, in, like, a fantasy world way more than I cared about other people. So for some reason, Hannah Sophia Robb is coming up. I haven't thought of that name in like a decade. And she was in that fucking Bridge to Terabithia. I can't even remember what she looks like, but I remember thinking that she was attractive when I was a child. So there you go. If you were a wrestler, what would your entrance song be? Oh, God. What's that one song by Led Zeppelin? It's off of Coda, I think. I'm not going to play it. Twitch, don't have a cow. Don't freak out. I'm not going to play it. I just want to look it up. It's off of Coda. Bonzo's Montreux. Easily. Fucking that's just a 6 groove. I don't know. That or like some crazy fucking metal shit. Like maybe the main riff from like Scourge of Iron by Cannibal Corpse. Or the new song by I Am, The Iron Gate. That shit's pretty fucking dope. So, you know. Have you ever been told you look like someone famous? Oh, the guy from... What was that show? Portlandia? What's his name? Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. Fred Armisen. I thought of his name before I even saw his name come up. I think it's just because, and obviously I have a beard now, so I look not a lot like him now. But if you can picture me without a beard and with hair like Fred Armisen, I look like Fred Armisen. Which says essentially nothing, but, you know. If you could bring back any fashion trend, what would it be? Higher rise pants on men. I'm not trying to be like, fucking pull your pants up, you goddamn youngin'. Like, I whatever. But I think that pants that don't do like Levi's fit like this, right? The leg goes like this, and then they fucking jut out at the top. And like, I'm not a fan of that, you know? I like to wear a belt, and by the time you do your belt up, your pants are fucking constricting your legs, and you've got it all bunched up at the waist. What the fuck is that? I have some jeans from the 80s, like old new stock, so they were like these Lee jeans that were just like sat in a warehouse and like never got sold, either from the 80s or the 90s, but they're like straight cut, and they go like this, and then they kind of cut in a little bit at the top, and they're quite high waist for men's jeans. So high waist jeans on men. What's the most embarrassing fashion trend you used to rock? I've never been fashionable. So I literally have been wearing black, like, metal shirts, and, no, I know. Camouflage everything. Like, real tree camo on top, and, like, army camo on the bottom. And then everyone would be like, dude, where are you? I can't see you, bro. You're invisible. Bro, I could just see your boots. And I also had camo boots. So people were like, dude, you're a floating head, bro. So, but it fit because I everything about me was horrible in high school. So that makes sense. What did you name? Okay. My first car was a 1989 Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser. So I'll bring it up right now. Fucking such a cool, like, the quintessential boat. Let me see if I can find, here we go. There we go. It's a better picture. I'm going to try to grab the, oh my god, it's so low quality. Hold on. I thought it was a better picture until it was like 5x5 pixels. Wood grain paneling on the side and everything. Absolutely fucking beautiful, beautiful vehicle. And, really, really cool interior. I just want to show off the car a little bit before I say what I called it, because I feel like for some reason that matters. Boy, you know, all the pictures of this vehicle look like they were taken the year that the vehicle came out, because they look horrible. Here we go. Here we go. So, obviously this isn't like my picture, but this was my first car, 1989 Oldsmobile Custom Cruiser. The front seat was a bench that, like, it was a powered seat, and actually no, the driver's seat was separate, and then like the middle and the end were like a separate part of the bench, and both of them could go, there were power controls. They could go up, down, forwards, backwards, and then lean forward, lean back. So it was fucking awesome. It literally felt like driving down the road on like in your living room. It was so comfortable. And this was the interior. So fucking cool, in my opinion. So fucking cool. I think this might be an American, yeah, because it's miles per hour. I had this cool like thermostat AC thing here, and these are the above that was like the problem lights. Same fucking dash thing even, and the back seat faced out the back windows, and you could fold the back down and lock it, so like the foot area of the back seat could be like lockable storage. The middle seats also could fold down flat, and if you folded down them like separately, like one or the other or both, and if you folded down the middle and the back, you could like lay in the back, like have like a little bed thing there. The back window had a defroster thing on it, and you could roll down the back window. It was a powered window. You could roll the back window down either from the front, the little control panel right on the end here, like right on the see, it says rear something. I think it says rear defrost and rear window. You can roll the window down, and when the window is rolled down, the back would open like a tailgate, like it would open down. But if the window was up, it would open like a swinging door like this. And you could also lower the back window by putting your key in the back handle and turning it and holding it one way. It was such a fucking cool vehicle. Now, because it looked the way it did, my friend and I were joking about dog penises. Because I think we were joking about like the term red rocket. Because, but I didn't want to call my vehicle the Red Rocket because it was burgundy. So instead we called it the Burgundy Torpedo. So there you go. Long story short, I had a quintessential like family, like 80s family boat as a first vehicle. And it was rad. And it was called the Burgundy Torpedo. Does the current car have a name? No. Sorry. You have your own late night talk show. Ooh. Who do you invite as your first guest? It'd be boring. I'd invite like Andrew Huberman. He's like a neuroscientist. It'd be boring. No one would want to, like me and like two other nerds would want to watch that. But Andrew Huberman. Who else? I feel like I have a fascination with people who are like hard to interview. Like, is it Aubrey Plaza? Because she's sarcastic all the time. You can't tell if it's like a ruse or if that's how she really is. Or like Eric Andre. But I don't think I'd be a very good interviewer. And so it would just be chaos. So I don't know if that'd be a really good thing. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be boring. No one would watch. If a movie was made of your life, what genre would it be? Who would play you? It'd be a horror movie and Fred Armisen would play me. If you were famous, what would you be famous for? So my real answer is hopefully like making discoveries in psychology or whatever. But probably, I don't know, having the most boring stream. You have to sing karaoke. What song do you pick? You know what? Actually, the song More Than Meets the Eye by Testament. That shit's fucking thrash metal banger, dude. Would I sound good singing it? I don't know. But, get a few beers in me and I'll sure feel like I could. What's your least favorite food as a child? Do you still hate it now or do you love it? Nuts, and I still hate them because they kill me. If you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be? Ooh. Ooh. I have to pick something healthy. Because, realistically speaking, if I pick something unhealthy, I'm gonna die of like malnutrition in like a month, right? So, my dad makes this. He calls it it's hamburger and rice. That's it. It's just ground hamburger and rice with like onions in it, right? And sometimes he'll make hamburger and rice, and he'll also make like oven roasted broccoli on the side. But I always just mix it together and have like hamburger, rice, and broccoli. There you go. Hamburger, rice, and broccoli because I've got fucking vegetables, protein, carbs, and I don't know if I'd get sick of tasting it, probably, but at least, it'd be fine. Or maybe I should say chicken and rice and broccoli because like that's the bodybuilder go-to, and chicken is probably a bit better for cardiovascular health. What a fucking bad... I'm so boring. I'm so fucking bad at this. If I was on a date right now, they would walk out. Like if this question, one article of clothing, it's like, what's one way of answering questions that would make someone walk out on a date? And I'm doing exactly that. Holy Christ. If you were left on a deserted island with either your worst enemy or no one, which would you choose and why? No one. No one. Like, what kind of question is that? Or either no one because my enemy would probably want to attack me and I don't want to put myself at risk, or my enemies so I can kill them and eat them. I mean, it's a deserted island. You never know. You never know where the food's going to be, right? Maybe I can tan their skin and make clothes. That was a bad. If aliens landed on Earth tomorrow and offered to take you home with them, would you go? No. No. What if their fucking atmosphere is like 90% like fucking chloroform? And they're like, here we are. And I walk out of the ship and just die. And they're like, what's going on with you? No. Also, I'd probably have a heart attack and like vomit and piss and shit and pass out if I saw an alien. So no, there's no way. I'm staying here. My life might not be amazing, but it's sure fucking better than aliens probably. So thank you. And I have no, like, I obviously have curiosity about aliens and shit like that, but like, if they took me home, that's it. You know, like, what am I supposed to do with the rest of my life? I don't really, there's nothing there. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, which decade do you love the most and why? Again, boring question. 90s because it's got the most modern medicine. Go back to the 60s and fucking have like thalidomide babies. I don't know if that was in the 60s, but like, why? I mean, this is 100% privileged white people being like, oh, I want to go have a malt at the diner and everyone looks like they're from Greece. Like, you realize you get the rest of the decade as well, right? Like the Cold War, you think that shit was Vietnam? That was poggers to you? No. Not that, like, nowadays we're without anything, but, like, yeah, definitely the 90s because I want modern medicine. I want, like, the most up-to-date science. Plus, in the 90s, we started to have, like, the internet and better video games. So, like, fucking easy. Finally, what's your favorite sandwich and why? Oh. You know, bit of a weird take. Maybe I won't stick by this, but egg salad sandwich. My dad makes a fucking mean egg salad, especially put some cheese in there. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. Egg salad sandwich. Ooh. Easy. Easy. Smells horrible. Like, if you don't know it's eggs, smells like actual fucking shit. But if you know it's eggs, ooh, it smells pretty good. It just reminds me also of like going on road trips because my dad would just make like a shitload of sandwiches, and put them like back in the bread bag and put them in a cooler, and we just eat like a non-stop supply of sandwiches all day, when we were on the road. And very often he would at least make like one full bread bag worth of egg salad sandwiches. And he's just an amazing cook. Like everything he makes is absolutely fucking delicious. So my dad's egg salad sandwich, that's the specific type. If someone else's egg salad, I don't fucking want it. But my dad's egg salad sandwich, fucking awesome. So that's everything. That's all I have planned. Thanks for watching. I probably won't be streaming another episode for a little bit. I get like the keys to my new apartment in about a week. And I'll probably be busy moving like the week after that. And also my green screen is actually like a cloth with like really questionable stains on it. They're not my stains, okay? Please understand. I got this donated to me by a friend, and I got it, and I asked him, like, there's like, it looks like some kind of oily, like, splatter stains on this thing. Do you know what that is? And he's like, I have no idea, dude. So I don't know if he was just like shooting ropes on his green screen or not, but Anyway, I hope to have a better green screen by the next time, so I don't look all fucking fuzzy and shit. Yeah, so that was episode 1. If you have any ideas for topics that you'd like me to discuss or something, tweet at me at GreycloudYT on Twitter, or leave a comment, because I'll probably be uploading this to YouTube. I should actually probably check that I'm getting my own Twitter right. It'd be kind of an L to give people, at Greycloud_YT. See, I'm actually a fucking idiot. At Greycloud_YT on Twitter. So at me with any suggested topics that you want to talk about, or segments or anything like that. Any questions on YouTube, just leave a comment. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.